Hi, YouTube. Child-coded cookie is not a phrase you want to type. Hi, YouTube. Before I started the YouTube stream, we were looking at the cookies in Cookie Run Kingdom. Now we're gonna do the Yangtze River. Try out the root trees are dead and I should definitely try it out. As another person saying is good, I'm probably going to play root trees are dead next. Everyone's telling me it's really good. Hi, Muds. How's it going? What's up? I think this is the second to last Murders on the Yangtze River stream. I do believe. Is it joy-pilled hope so? You think there will be no murders on the river? I agree, Pun Pun. Pun Pun, I don't know if I've told you this, but I now just mentally associate you with that emote silly little guy. Whenever I think of you, I think of that emote. That's all I see. That's Pun Pun right there. I really love that emote. It's so good, man. Pun Pun, I also love how you say fucking you will be streaming and you'll say some sort of chicken jockey joke and your chat will just fucking eviscerate you. And you know what they would do if I said chicken jockey? They'd post a chicken jockey emote. Chicken jockey. Your chat doesn't get it. Hi Psycho Mike, how's it going? Case 6 is long, it might be 2 streams, but case 5 is short. Ooh, interesting. If case 6 is like the end of the game, I could see it being quite long. I'll see what we're doing in like 4 hours. You've been saying chicken jockey a lot lately? I actually haven't been thinking about chicken jockey that much lately. Hi Onion Knight, how's it going? A 19 shiny, you're so back. You been playing Windcraft with CS and Racket? You got a chicken? What is Windcraft, Cranberry? I've never heard of this. Is it like Minecraft but not? Oh, Blade Air. Oh. The Minecraft modded server? Ah, okay. Alright. You guys ready? Let's get to it. Shall we? Last time we had the backstory with the murders on the boat. Remember? And it was the flashback with Afu and it was the like family of evil people. Well, not evil people, but the like dysfunctional family and the magician lady, and you had the other two. Like the magician lady, the alcoholic guy, the guy who worked the furnace, and the first mate, and then the lady who was like oh, and the guy who kept praying. Yeah, the guy with the coin sword. Yeah. Finish the case? Yeah, I finished the case. Yeah. So 2 cases left. I'm hearing reports that case 5 is short, so we might do case 5 and then like half of case 6. We'll see. Is it? Did I make a hard save? No, I just let it to the auto saves now. This game's auto saves seem pretty consistently good. And how far over can I slide this thing? Hold on. That's it. Oh, what game do you think that save command is for? I'm pretty sure I remember. Or no, this is right. The confined room mystery? No. 881458. Oh, I see. I see. So this is the correct one, actually. This is where we are. Disco Elysium? It might be for Disco Elysium. I think it's for Subnautica. I'm pretty sure it was for Subnautica, but that actually doesn't sound right. So I bet it was Disco Elysium. Alright. Yeah, back at it. I think we're going to the Golden Words Publishing House to hear about the book, if I remember correctly. I was right, we're going to the Golden Words Publishing House. Out of the Night by Leonard. Did we not bring the journalist here with us? Oh, fuck, I forgot. We gotta change our fit. Hold on, pause. We gotta change the fit. I think we have a new fit. Yeah, we have the inventor suit. And we gotta use the new fit, right? Look at this thing. It's pretty clean. The fits in this game are all pretty solid. Does it make him skinnier? This makes him taller, right? You see this? Must be from, like, maybe because he was a different model 2 years ago. No? You don't think this makes him taller? You know, we haven't actually done any, John Shen in this outfit. Maybe we should go for the traditional fit. The subdued robe. And we gave her an outfit and then she didn't even get to wear it. The Mind Palace fit? Yeah, this is when he's fighting with himself. Anyway. Hello, Miss Fong. The incident in Paro Town. I believe that was where the guy... That was the starting town. Where the guy got killed. And also the fucking publisher lady got killed. Yeah, the editor, yeah. Yeah, Miss Liu. She was the lady in the wardrobe. I remember that. I still don't think Officer Ma did it. The chapter 5 is where we're gonna exonerate Officer Ma. I can feel it. I'm not explaining Lo Shiwen's contribution to Lo Pei's novels. Cool. Very cool. This fit's really good. I think this one looks clean. I should get a... I should get some gloves like this. You're right. It's heavier, please come inside. Yeah. She's got a stone cold for just standing out in the rain talking to us. So this is probably going to be... Because remember, we're doing all of this to find out why our brother died in a locked room. So this is probably going to be like a bunch of legwork, right? We're just going to be doing a bunch of learning. You know, with Abu's hand in the jar. I agree. Lopez, oh, so Lopez's confined room mystery wasn't the book we were coming here for. Okay. That might be helpful in finding the book. Oh god, I don't remember. I guess it doesn't matter. What was Shiwen's accusation? Yeah, did Miss Yu mention anything about that?
他只说有些事情要与罗佩当面核实，但并未说细节。
I'm gonna verify something with him, but didn't provide any
吕先
details.
生，
Man.
碧城是一个警，在没有充分调查之前，他从不随便说
Never
话。
spoke without conducting. Was she not thinking about what would happen if she was murdered during her investigations?
这件事，说不定对找书有帮助。
She wasn't planning ahead. Alright, we'll pay his visit.
罗佩曾来书局拜访，他应该是在那个时候。
Must have read it during that
那
time.
次是我邀请罗佩来的，但我不清楚他翻阅过哪些存稿。
这件事，说不定对找书有帮助。
Of course, it's P Cheng's work.
吕先生生前的最后一段时间，
Shiny, this is a good ass emote. Literally 1984. That's a good emote. What kind of work was Miss Liu busy with during her final
有没有与
days?
存稿有关？
Anything she was doing with the
非要说的
manuscripts?
话，碧城
Mm-hmm.
已经拒绝的稿子为什么
Your
要
manuscripts have already been
此前
rejected.
书局并不重视侦探小说这一题材，很多的投
She's
稿
looking.
都被拒
Okay.
了。
Detective novel.
但近年侦探小说日益受读者欢迎，
Detective novels were just popping off in China in the turn of the century.
碧城希望能
Hell
从中
yeah.
发掘出更多才华横溢的作者。
There are more talented authors from within
也
the
就是
genre.
说，有一些优秀的侦探小说
Mhm.
被埋。
正是如此，
Bitches love detecting. I've been saying that.
碧城认为侦探小说的流行大有裨益。
Would you believe that the popularity of detective novels can bring great
它展示了一
benefits?
种严密的逻辑
There's
思
mode
维
of
模式，
logical thinking.
同时也鼓励大家去追求真相。
I've been saying logical thinking and encouraging everyone to
对于
seek the
长期
truth.
受八股文束缚的读者而言，这犹如
You're just
沙漠
constrained
中
by
的
the
清
eight-legged essay? The what? This is definitely like something that I cannot understand because I am a American, I'm sure. Where's my history
吕先生在做
information?
的事，的确很有意义。
What Miss Yu was doing was indeed very meaningful.
先生，
Mhm.
吕先生很可能是在整理。
The ideas
Sweet,
were
that's how we should talk about
plagiarized. A normal essay written by a spider? Classic.
放心，
Yeah, let's go read some rejected manuscripts. Damn, they're not gonna make me go read through the manuscripts but myself?
奇怪了，碧城整理过的那批剧稿，
Yeah, like that essay was the style essay you wrote for the Imperial examination? Ah. So for like the people who are just spending all their lives studying, they would like a little something different. The manuscripts that Picheng had sorted through were supposed to be here. They
怎
went
么不见
missing?
了呢？
They're gone?
哦，是那只鹦鹉在说话。
Oh, Afu, it's definitely the woman talking. It's not the woman talking. I'm sorry, ma'am. My deepest apologies.
九儿乖乖，你吃完饭了吗？
This game's got everything. It's got a bird. Chu Air? Ah, that's the name of the bird. I can't wait. I can't wait to accuse this parrot of murder in about 2 hours.
沈先生，这位是当房管理员吴秀丽，九儿是她的
Wu
佣人。
Su Li and Chao Air.
有什么需要帮忙的，尽可找她。
Does she speak or is it just the bird?
沈先生和阿福，他们来书局调查线索。
Oh my god, she speaks.
的那种侦探，
Dude, I was so ready for her gimmick to be that the bird speaks for her.
正是。
好猎奇，好喜欢。这还是我第一次遇到真的活的侦探。活的，活
... Me too, buddy.
的。其实我也是一名侦探小说家，笔名叫阿派。
She's a detective novelist too. Yo, bring her along.
哇，好厉害啊！
哎，我还在构思中。哎，你别说，就咱们对话的时间，我忽然就有了灵感。
Hey, great idea.
侦探来到书局当房寻找失落的线索，摆在面前的却是成堆的手，要从里面找到关键证据，这是前
I
所
think
未
she's
有的
just
挑战。
describing what we're about to do in this case.
你这不是根本没开始写吗？
Well, Afu, you could be a novelist and not have written yet.
吕先生曾整理过一批侦探小说的剧稿，秀丽姑娘可知放在何处？
当房目前还没有侦探小说这个单独的分类。
Why don't we just? I think we should just read every book in here. I bet we got the
破案
time.
小说、武侠小说、言情小说。
There, dude. The 5 great genres of books: narrative fiction, ghost stories, court procedurals, kung fu books, and romance. The pantheon.
那些剧稿原本杂乱的堆放在这张桌子上，不过
Found them messily on the table,
我
but
整整2天时间。
damn.
夸我，夸我！
Da da da. Da da da.
大家的脸色好像不太好。
那沈先生想要查阅
Dude, we
的话
actually have to go
只
through
能
this
去我的
fucking
书
place
架
one
上
by
一本
one.
一本找了。
She just finished organizing all of the shit we needed to do. 11 of the 12 bookshelves are just sick kung fu books. So true. And we have to read every single one of them.
完了，完了！
无妨，
All
阿
right.
福，我们
Come on, Afu. Lock the fuck in. Time is passing. Look at it go. Hey, look at this bird. He's living life, too. He's got a little thing to hang out on. Holy shit. He sure is taking his time reading this one book. We're gonna be here for a while. Alright, Apu, we're through the first book.
这摞也翻完了，我再去拿一摞。
Finish this stack, I'll go grab another stack. Alright. Manuscripts that have been reviewed. Comes any plot similar to the confined room mystery.
炒饭、油糕、
Fried rice,
No
fried
cake,
cake, cowhide candy. So true,
先
Apu.
生想想，来吃。哎，然后
I'm just honestly let's not wake him up. Empty bookshelf. All the books have been reviewed. Oh! A child? In my detective mystery game? And a jump scare sound effect? I didn't know that. I don't want to go over there. It's scary. I gotta get out of here, man. I will say, every time there's ever been a child in a video game, it's been bad. Oh man, we're walking. Everyone, stay calm. If you need to, hold hands so you don't get scared. I think there might be something scary around the corner though. How'd I end up back here again? What the fuck? Wait, we I was disappeared. Dude, where the fuck are we? Wait, we're back here again? What's going on in here? Oh my god. We're in the back rooms. Back here again? We're getting looped? The confined room mystery. The mystery is we can't get out of this fucking room. Someone help. Help. And the books just keep coming back. This is hell. Oh my god, we died and went to hell. And we're just... Hell is just an endlessly refilling shelf of supernatural fiction, kung fu novels, romance fiction, science, and what was the other one? I don't remember. Just go the other way. I can't go this way. Also, he keeps walking slower every loop. Legal procedurals. The bookshelf is filled with books. There's one book that's different from the others. Wait. Grey's Anatomy? Like the show? Biology?
别怕，是哥哥。
Don't be afraid, it's me.
仲平，你又拿了爹的烟枪。
Oh, it's a backstory episode. That's our brother. Or wait, we're our brother. And that's us?
在哪里？在哪里？
And we stole our dad's opium pen?
别出声，我去应付。
And Brian Shen's gonna go handle it?
爹，你在找什么？我钱呢？
Wait,
我钱呢？
where's the money?
家里早就没钱了，东西也被你变卖光了。
Shit, we're broke.
谁说没钱了？
Man, this opium stuff doesn't seem very good.
那个小兔崽子去哪儿了？丽云的孔老板，过几天就来
What,
接他。
he's selling Shen Chungbing? He's selling his son for opium?
只要他听话，跟男人去，是
Damn.
不少钱。你疯了！
Yeah, you talk your shit, Brian Shen. Get his ass.
养了你们那么多年，也该尽孝了。
Raising you for so many years, it's time for you to show filial piety. Damn. Oh man, he caught
这
us.
里
Caught.
快跑！
Run quickly? What the? What the fuck is this? Oh shit. I didn't realize I could go up and down. He fucking... Oh no. Oh shit, he ate us. Oh man. Sorry, I didn't know. Alright, I'm out of here. Alright. Oh, I get it, I get it. It's like a 3-lane runner. I'm playing Frogger. Oh, I stumbled. Fuck. What do you think happens if I just run into the door? Damn, dude, run faster. Come on, man, he's right on you. This is just like Uma Musume. What do you think happens if I just like, ah, shit. I had to find out, man. I had to find out what would happen if I ran into a wall. I had to see. This actually, I've had this happen to me before. This is what happens when you read too much. You hallucinate the disembodied head of your father chasing you through a hallway if you read one too many kung fu novels after. But this especially happens if you do this after reading a romance novel next to a parrot. Then you'll hallucinate the disembodied head of your father chasing you to eat you alive. It happens all the time. This is why they gotta keep the books a little separated, you know? I think that Escape was a roguelike. Uh-oh. Added emote. Because we already have that emote. I was in the middle of something, so I didn't respond to it the first time. But we already have that emote. You don't need to add another copy of it. It's called Brian Lookout, I believe. Anyway.
不让我进来的话，我只好变戏法给别人看喽。
I mean, I'll perform the magic trick for someone else. I think,
你先闭上眼睛。
there's a little adjacent ghost. I think that was evil Shen Chengping in there.
可以睁开了。
Open your eyes now.
喜欢吗？
Whoa! Dude, our older brother seems like such a baller. I hope nothing bad happens to him.
这是萤石粉，可以在黑暗中发出荧光。
Isn't powder that glows in the dark?
正平啊，你听过小猴子的故事吗？
You heard the story of the little monkey? I would love to hear the story of the little monkey, man. Hit me.
一天晚上，一只小猴子在
Little
水
monkey
塘
was
边
playing
玩
by
水
a pond. Let's fucking go.
他看到了水中的月亮，便伸手去触碰。
Went to touch the moon. Many such cases.
水面泛起了涟漪，月亮在涟漪中消失了。
Hate when this happens.
小猴子很震惊，以为自己把月亮打碎了。
Stupid ass little monkey shattered the moon.
其实，那只是月亮在水中的倒影。
Just the reflection. True.
月亮消失，是因为它被云遮住了。
Okay, yeah. Many such
正
cases.
平，那件事自始至
Maybe it's
终
not
都
your
不是我
fault
的
from the
错。
beginning to the end. Our older brother is so cool.
即使乌云遮蔽了整个天空，你还拥有一片自己的星空。
I love this guy.
正平，哥哥最近找到一个方法，说不定能治好你的失语症。
What a method that might be able to cure your aphasia? Hold on. Looking into this. Stops you from being able to speak. I was wondering why he was just grunting in this scene. No, I have aphantasia, Codecimal. Bruce Willis has this? R.I.P. Bruce Willis.
我看到一本医学杂志上说，
In the medical journal,
人遭遇过度惊吓时，舌头可能会后缩，导致舌骨
right
后位
causes
无法
tongue
收缩。
retraction, hyoid dislocation. Yo, this is the thing that Apu had. Is he just gonna reach in there and fix our hyoid bone? He's gonna do it.
我知道，那些大夫都说你再也不可能说话了，但哥哥不会放弃。
Our brother clears every doctor in the town. I just don't understand most of what you're trying to communicate just because they have to get good at reading people. Oh, it's inability to understand language. Oh.
可以让我试试吗？仲平，你尽可能
Something about
把舌头往外。
this makes me feel like the concept of this of just like sticking tweezers in and then grabbing a bone and relocating it makes me feel a little like not like in a I think this is wrong sort of way. It makes me feel icky. Like I don't like it. Holy shit, he fixed our ability to speak.
无意识的痛苦回忆，如果无法释放或治
This
愈，
trauma cannot be
可能会
released or
分裂出
healed.
不同的自我。
May result in the emergence of different selves to avoid confronting internal conflicts?
这是人出于自我保护的本能所构建的
Evil John Shen.
哥哥，你在看什么书？
哦，弗洛伊德的梦
Oh
解析
fuck, it's from Freud.
这本书介绍了心理疾病的发病原理和治
Shit!
疗方法。
Freud mentioned. Oh man.
心理
Fact unlocked. Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud, an Austrian psychologist and the founder of psychoanalysis, believed that childhood experiences have a significant impact on an individual, even shaping one's personality. This led to his theory of the unconscious, where repressed desires and fears reside hidden from conscious awareness. In the interpretation of dreams, he argued that dreams are not divine revelations, but expressions of the unconscious self. For instance, a child who gazes at mountains might dream of climbing them. By analyzing dreams, one can trace the origins of psychological issues. Freud, in the modern day, is a hack, right? Like, everything he said was wrong. That's my current understanding of Freud, right? Is that true? What's up with Sigmund Freud? Any psychologists out there? Yeah, where's the bit about penis envy? Exactly.
疾病。
我想了解鸦片成瘾的心理原因。
Psychological reasons behind opium addiction and find ways to treat it. Psychology as a field was invented to prove him wrong. That's so based. That's really funny. He said gets discredited by him wanting to fuck his mom. True. I think Charles Darwin right about some important stuff and just completely wrong about everything else. Oh. Alright.
难怪哥哥最近都在看医学书籍。
如今鸦片泛滥，
It was rampant, causing harm not only to our family but to countless others.
更有千万家庭
Opium?
可市面上不
Bad.
是已经有戒烟药了吗？
It's available for
市
quitting
面上的戒烟
opium.
药大多是鱼目混珠的毒药。
Dude, most opium cures were just placebos. Sheesh.
因此，哥哥想找到真正。
我在弗洛伊德的一篇文章中，
One of Freud's articles learned of a plant called croc.
弗洛伊德用他的提取物来治疗抑郁症等疾病。
I like the way they say Freud though. Freudo? This sounds good. It's meant to treat conditions such as depression.
这个药能帮助戒烟瘾，那爹的悲剧。
I'm in the confined room mystery of my mind. Let me out.
哥哥，还要等到什么时候啊？钓鱼好无聊。
Go on fishing.
抓狗了！
Dude, please, fishing minigame, hit me.
鱼儿抓口时不着急提干，耐心等一等。
When the fish bites the hook, don't rush to reel it in. Be patient and wait.
大鱼上
True.
钩时会有明显的异沉。
是一条桂鱼。
Fish
回家。
blast.
清蒸桂鱼。
太好了，有鱼吃喽！
Next memory, please.
俄国的北部毗邻北极，终年积
Ooh,
雪。
learning geography. First we learn to fish, then we learn where Russia is.
每天都是冬天，也太
Really
冷
feels
了。
like winter. It's freezing
有没有
cold.
永远是夏天的地方？
Is there a place where it's always summer? Africa?
阿非
Probably.
利加州的以南地当
Uh-huh.
沿河荒漠
Congo, yeah, true. I don't think I would survive in the Congo, man. I could not live in scorching heat and harsh conditions.
哥哥，你要去学医的地
I'm
方
gonna study
在哪里
medicine. Don't tell me he has to go to Britain.
在这儿。
No, poor Brian Shen. They're sending his ass to London. Somebody help him.
两位公子的才华世间罕见，
Young gentlemen of great talents,
尤其是沈二公子，
especially
年纪轻
younger
轻就
Shen.
获得了公派留学资格。
That's us. Look, that's us.
今日为二位留影纪念，待二位学成归来，定能大展宏图，大显身手。本照相馆也能跟着沾光。放松，不要动了。
Ooh, do we get to see the picture? Oh. No picture. How sad. It is, all things considered, like he's a baller. I like our older brother. Insane death pose. Insane aura on this pose. Look at that stance, man.
究竟是谁害了你？
Who in the world murdered him? Do you guys think it was Joseph Iscariot? Do you think it was the devil? Ooh, we're in the Mind Palace. Corpse.
这是你第几次回到这里了？
I think my favorite part of this game is Evil John Shen. This guy is such a good addition, man. Cause like normal Chongping Shen, he's cool, he's calm, he's collected, he's got that shit on lock. This dude's such a smug asshole. I love him so much. How many times have we returned to this point?
我没数过，
Oh no.
第1121次。
This is the 1121st time we've come back to this room.
3年，几乎每个夜晚。
Every
你都
night
在
for
这
3
里
years? Damn.
但你仍然找不到答案。
Still no answer. Hi, Raccoon. How's the mystery game? The disembodied head of our father chased after us and ate us.
而随着时间的流逝，你的记忆正在消退。
Time goes by, your memory's fading.
别妨碍我，
Fuck you, evil John Shen.
我一定会查明哥哥遇害的真相。
那你可得抓紧时间了。
Oh, there he is. Wait, no, let me talk to him. No, let me talk to him. What was this guy's name? Officer something? Officer Carey? Maybe? Left curtain. A secret door? Memory isn't pleasant. Do you want to proceed?
This is all the case files.
Officer
there.
Jones.
You can take your time reviewing here.
I
I'll
miss
go
this
get the
guy.
paperwork ready for your signature.
Oh, thank God it's finally coming to an end. That a scene skip? Yeah, I don't know. On the afternoon when my brother was murdered, Toby Cheng was studying in the library. Library administrator George confirmed that Toby Cheng had a clear alibi. Appendix of the case file shows the police's investigation on Stone Wu. Stone Wu is a close friend of Brian and it is said that they had a heated argument in the past. Stone Wu suddenly left the UK the day before Brian's death. The police were unable to reach him. No one knows why he suddenly left, but this also serves as his alibi. This guy named Cody Jones in 1905? I don't know, man. It's just ahead of his time. Departure record in the appendix led the police to exclude him as a suspect. Auntie Cheng said that she sat at the gate all afternoon. Coffee shop confirmed this as a fact. Auntie Cheng mentioned brewing herbal medicine herself. On investigation, she was found to have a fatal illness with only 1 year at most to live. Auntie Cheng, no! Not Auntie Cheng. I liked her. These interrogation transcripts, the subjects being Toby Cheng, Mr. Bell, and Mrs. Cheng. Let's go, give me Toby Cheng.
Officer, I am a distinguished graduate of UCL. How could I possibly commit murder?
He did it.
There's competition between ye and the victim, Brian Shen.
It was this guy for
Besides,
sure.
You were the last one to see him before Brian returned to the apartment.
I did see him.
Him.
But you can't condemn me as guilty just because I saw him, right?
Whether you're deemed guilty depends on your answers to the following questions. On the day of Brian's death, August 15th, someone claims to have seen you two arguing.
Yeah, lock it in.
We have no argument. It must be someone trying to smear my name. I can explain that. At 9 a.m. that morning, I was going to the Wandsworth Library to borrow books, passing by Pimlico.
Okay, always going by Pimlico when I'm in London.
I saw Brian coming out of Mr. Bell's office building. I greeted him, but he pretended not to hear.
My God, coming out of Mr. Bell's office building?
I was angry. I grabbed him to confront and discuss the situation.
Really? Dude, if I called out to someone and they did not respond, I would not grab them angrily to confront them for not responding to me. I might say like, hey, a little louder, you know?
Just because you greeted him and he did not respond?
Yeah, you would shoot them and move on. That's true. Yeah, you're right.
Not exactly. Mr. Bell's research project should be mine. He stole it away. He not only shamelessly took my project, but also deliberately ignored me. Wasn't that infuriating?
No.
So you got into an argument with him over that?
I didn't. He seemed absent-minded, not responding as if he couldn't hear what I was saying.
Ooh, he was, something was wrong with him.
Later, someone looked our way, so I let him go. There was no argument at all.
He was out of it.
Whether you're deemed guilty depends on your... Where were you between 1 and 3 in the afternoon?
Dude, are we
that
playing as
day?
Officer
And
Jones
what
right
were
now? That's
you
kind of
doing?
baller.
I spent the entire afternoon studying at the library, then returned to the lab in the evening.
Okay.
Is there someone who can vouch for your whereabouts?
The librarian named George can testify for me.
Whether you're deemed guilty depends on your...
Yeah, I wish
answers to the
when do we
following
get to do the
questions.
Officer Ma flashback? So true.
You ken of others who might bear a grudge against Brian?
Ken is like, no, I assume?
I wouldn't know. I'm usually focused on my academic pursuits and don't mind others' business.
The hardest parts of this translation to understand, I feel like, are this fucking Scottish
Mr.
guy.
Cheng, please cooperate with our work.
Officer Jones, nightmare. Why do they talk like this over there?
Only one time I overheard him having a heated argument with Stone Wu.
What's the relationship between Stone Wu and Brian Shen? Do you ken why they had an argument?
They are friends. Stone often borrowed money from Brian.
Ooh, borrowed a lot of money.
Their argument might be related to money, but I'm not so sure about specifics.
The belt holding aura farming pose is true, but also look at his hands at his side in this interrogation.
What I heard, Stone recently made a fortune.
Oh, Stone Wu made a fortune?
Moreover, he hurriedly returned to China the day before Brian's incident. Definitely fishy.
I kind of agree, Toby. It is kind of fishy.
We'll verify. Whether you're deemed guilty...
Alright, you're free to go. Watson Bell? Who the fuck is Watson Bell?
Mr. Bell is sorry.
Oh, this guy's probably like a steamboat company owner or something.
After all, Brian was a researcher in the project I funded and a friend of Joseph's.
What a voice.
I will do everything I can to bring the truth to light.
The most British man of all time.
Heard this funding project is about opium cessation drugs?
Opium cessation medication is one of Watson Pharmacy's core businesses. We have always placed a strong emphasis on research and development in this area.
What's up, Water Pies? How's it going? Is Yang pretty good? How about you?
In fact, the person we initially funded wasn't Brian, but his classmate, Toby Cheng. Unfortunately, Toby had lofty ambitions, but little progress after 6 months.
Ooh, Toby's an idiot.
Joseph introduced me to Brian. He was facing pressure from the Sassoon family due to his research. The Sassoons benefit greatly from the opium trade. They will by no means stand idly by. When I saw his research...
Wait, real people? The Sassoon family is a prominent family of Iraqi Jewish heritage. In August 1833, when the British Parliament abolished the East India Company's monopoly on trade with China, the Sassoon family took this opportunity to import a large quantity of cotton, textiles, and opium into China. During Lin Zexu's campaign to suppress the opium trade in Humen, about half of the opium seized came from the Sassoon family. Following the signing of the Treaty of Nanking, the Sassoon family established several foreign firms in Shanghai. Early days of the newly established Sassoon & Co., an average of 5,000 chests of opium flowed into Shanghai each year. That's crazy. They were just, in the 1800s, they were just selling crates of opium? And you could just do that shit?
It only strengthened my determination to support him.
What the fuck, man? That sucks.
Also, the reason Brian studied pharmacy and aspired to develop better opium cessation medication was because his family was ruined and devastated by opium. I believe he is the most suitable person to carry out this research.
Britain went to war with China twice to make sure that was possible? That's fucked up, man. That's crazy. Hot take, I think we shouldn't sell people opium or any other of the life-ruining drugs.
I will do everything I can to bring the truth to light.
Yeah, why did Ratterbox do this?
Someone hear you having an argument with Brian in the office on the morning of August 15th?
Oh, he was having an argument with Brian.
At 9 a.m. that morning, I had arranged to meet Brian for coffee to talk his recent conditions.
How's she been faring recently?
The research faced some difficulties, and Brian was feeling quite down about it. I encouraged him to hold on, but he suddenly became very agitated, so we ended the conversation.
Opium wars were about making sure opium was legal so that Britain could make profit off of their new holdings in Afghanistan and other areas of the Middle East. Imagine being like a fucking British guy in the 1800s and just having to go die in war so that rich people could make more money selling drugs that ruin people's lives. That's just tragic. Just like a massive net negative.
It wasn't like his usual self. I intended to talk to him someday later, but...
How long has he been in this condition?
In fact, during that period, his condition was quite worrisome. He became very pessimistic. In hindsight, I should have kept him a bit longer. I deeply regret that now. I will do everything I can to bring the truth.
Where were ye between 1 and 3 in the afternoon on that day?
Yeah, where were
There
you?
was a pharmaceutical industry seminar that afternoon. I was invited to deliver a speech.
Understood. Your alibi is solid. For now, that's all.
Officer, may I add a few
Ooh.
more details?
More details? Hit me, Watson.
Aye, of course. Please go ahead.
Brian's research on opium cessation medication touched upon the interests of certain groups. I don't want this case to be overly influenced by external factors affecting police judgment. I also trust that the details of the case be kept confidential.
Why?
Aye.
Confidential? Why?
I will do everything I can to bring the truth to light.
Alright, bye, Watson. Yeah, and it is starting to look like he was taken down by Big Opium, isn't it?
You police, let bad guys go. Bother this old lady instead.
The people died during the Opium Wars. It was mostly just British blockading ports. Okay, you know, at least they weren't dying to make it. They were just like stopping trade, I guess. At least people weren't like dying in the millions. I guess. Still, like, you know. Opium? Bad.
Mrs. Chang, I brought you in for questioning because on that day you were...
Only one at scene? Suspect me as murderer just like that? Which fool would murder in their own home?
Mrs. Chang, if you...
Ridiculous! Dare you stop brewing my medicine, curing illness, extending life?
I'll try to keep it brief. Where were you between 1 and 3 in the afternoon on that day?
I can't believe Mrs. Chang is dying.
You ask where I was? It was Hungry Ghost Festival. Taboo to go out that day. Soak up sun, dispel bad energy. Been sitting in front of house sunning myself. You foreigners understand or not? On that day, Ghost Gate opens. Avoid going out.
I'll try to keep it brief. During that time, did anyone else enter...
Of course not. No one comes in without my permission. No one's getting in any day. Besides you police, who else likes barging into others' homes?
Did anyone else think you might have...
Yes! 2 guys tracking Brian. They've been staring in my house.
Aye, we've spoken to folk across the road, and nobody's laid eyes on the pair you mentioned.
Dude, the Opium CIA killed his ass.
James and Mary from the cafe next door said the same. Are you...
I'm sure I didn't see wrong.
I'll try to keep it brief.
Bye, Mrs. Chang. I can't believe the second best character in this game is dead. R.I.P. Mrs. Chang. Scene details. Who's the best? Officer Ma, obviously. We conducted an investigation of each suspicious individual, but they all had alibis. It's a locked room and the only key was in Brian's hand, which led to the conclusion of suicide. Sergeant Joseph's urging, the police conducted several additional rounds of investigation. Visited places that Brian frequented, such as St. Mary's Hospital, Savish Restaurant. Conclusive evidence was found that could overturn the aforementioned conclusion. Here's attached a layout map of Auntie Cheng's house as well as photographs of the crime scene. The situation at the crime scene again? Yes. Oh, back here. Alright, don't go into the police office yet. Can you observe this place? Should we take another look? Yes. Key was found in his hand. Only his fingerprints. Many paper ashes scattered around the chair and on his body. Murdered on Ghost Festival Day and the anniversary of our father's death. Unburned scrap of paper. Blood? No, we don't care about the blood. Asbestos mesh with burn marks on it in the middle has been replaced with wax. You don't care about the chair? Oh, the scratch marks, that's right. Deep claw marks on the chair legs along with slight traces of blood. Do I have to do this? I think that's everything. I don't remember. I remember there being something I couldn't find here. Key. Okay. It seems to be just like a reminder. Yeah, needing a ladder has been locked from the inside. Quickly have accumulated dust and there are no traces of being touched. Yeah, clearly a paper lantern that burned out and dropped a knife into him, right? But how? Like, how does that happen? A book? Yeah, there is a missing book, but we can't figure out who, how, or why. Photo of my brother with his classmates taken by Joseph, Stone Wu, and Toby Chang. Seven candles arranged in the shape of the Big Dipper. Firmly affixed. And weren't they, some of them, yeah, had scratches in them? Where you never killed him in? He's right. Caught. Photograph machine on the table, and there are traces of it being used on that day. Every field found should be fitted in the hexagonal area on its tab. And there are now abnormalities. Wait, so say that again? Not this. Run me through that again, Officer Jones. Traces of it being used. The Morse code paper reel we found should be fitted into the hexagonal area on its tap. Okay. So the Morse code reel was out of it. Small stool placed between the desk and the candle arrangement. It was very small with a height of less than 20 centimeters. Cafe staff heard constant phonograph sounds. Right. They're playing the opera. It was originally inside this white circle. Right, the Morse code paper strip found on the ground instead of in the thingy. Telegrams from Mr. Bell. Check the contents discussing the development of a certain drug. Nothing suspicious. Items on the lab bench, take another look. Yeah, we may as well go through it, right? Just to see for the reminder. There's a dismantled kerosene lamp, a long cotton thread soaked in kerosene with a small brush inside. Stack of oil paper. So this is the paper that's on the ground partially burned, right? Here's chemicals and reagents. Aspirin, procaine, and trichloromethane. These tubes contain powdered herbal medicines such as Sophora, Flavescens, and Angelica something. Death of your brother is not related to strychnine. Various underlying causes for his body contortion. Okay. In the cabinet. Proby's laboratory equipment, pharmaceutical books, and wax cylinders. No special findings. Okay, I think that's everything. So let's go back into the police office. Victim details. Autopsy report of Brian. Autopsy was personally conducted by Joseph. 4 mentions. At the time of death between 2 and 3. Hemorrhagic shock caused by a weapon piercing the left pulmonary artery. 4 positions, suspicion of strychnine poison, no toxins detected. Bruisings on fingertips with wood shavings in the nail folds, healed wound on right foot. Injuries indicating no signs of probing wounds. There were ashes found on the body and wax strips found on clothes. Morse code. Real paper. Morse code paper reel for Officer Jones found at the crime scene. Center of the paper reel has a hexagonal groove. Paper tape has been folded over, forming a strange bend. Side of the paper tape is quite dirty and shows signs of wear and tear. Dots and lines which are Morse code. I hope we have to learn Morse code. That'd be really cool. Oh no, they deciphered it. Here are 5 telegrams from Mr. Bell to my brother starting 2 weeks before the incident. Adjusted medication proven effective in small trials. Congratulations. Not your fault. No need to blame yourself. Uh-oh. Drug development challenging path. Keep going. I believe success awaits. Optimism needed. Assistance offered anytime. Stay positive. These are some nice-ass telegraphs, man. Understand concerns. Office meeting tomorrow, 9 a.m. Brian kills someone. It does sound like his drug trials might have killed someone. Link here, the crime scene room was held in my brother's left hand during the incident. Is it silent in this section, by the way? I was just thinking about that. It's not silent. I'm gonna up the volume. If it gets too loud, let me know. Is this good or is it too loud? I think this is probably good. Okay, distinct oriental style in its appearance, intricate craftsmanship. The side cut mechanism making it difficult to duplicate. My brother's life, the blood on it had already coagulated. As mentioned, compared to a regular dagger, this dagger is lighter. It's on the dagger, both of them belong to my brother. Here's a look at the end of the dagger handle. That's not where you would grip a dagger if you were killing your... I swear, man, it looks like he tied the circular end of the dagger to a paper lantern, burned it, and then posed himself. On the wall showing police jurisdiction into different crime scenes. Area A under the jurisdiction of Westminster Police. At least St. Mary Hospital fire claims lives of 20 patients. Uh-oh. Copy of the Times on August 16th. The headlines about a fire incident. Uh-oh. We're on the second floor around 9 p.m. and quickly engulfed the entire building. Cause is still under investigation. Uh-oh. Tons of letters piled up on the bookshelf. All letters from the infamous Jack the Ripper case. Provide information as some are claiming to be written by the killer. Jack the Ripper. I know this guy. Actually true. I agree. I think most notorious serial killer in the world is correct. Jack the Ripper. You gotta give it to him. I don't know much about him, actually. Let's learn. In 1888, he murdered multiple women in the Whitechapel area of London using extremely brutal methods. Victims were all strangled and had their abdomens cut open with some organs removed. During the killing spree, Jack taunted the police and newspapers by sending them letters, causing a great panic in British society at the time. Over a century has passed since the case, but due to lack of evidence, the identity of the true culprit and the actual motive behind the crimes remain highly debated. Hello, fellas.
Master Shen, this here is Sergeant Gaunt, in charge of investigating your brother's case.
Family of the deceased. The investigation into this case is done and dusted.
Done and dusted.
Sign here.
Sign here.
Sergeant Gaunt, I can't sign it yet.
Yeah, fuck you, Sergeant Gaunt. He obviously didn't kill himself.
What you say?
What?
My brother won't kill himself.
You questioning the police, are you?
Aw, fuck this guy.
No. I just feel that.
Square up, Sergeant Gaunt.
Mr. Shen, we hold your brother's case in the highest regard. Suicide is the conclusion reached after meticulous investigation and careful consideration. Whether it's Joseph or the more experienced Sergeant Gaunt, both are on board with this conclusion.
I'm telling you, man, it's corruption all the way up.
Ain't you here to collect the remains? No signature, no go with the rest of the bleeding paperwork.
Dot.
哥哥绝不会自杀。可是
Dude, these guys are gonna freak out if you speak too much Chinese at them. You gotta tone it down.
如果我签署了这份文件，这个案子尘埃落定了。我不能就这样轻易签字。
I love the dots.
哥哥，你到底经历了什么？
Oh.
这种感觉
Is this modern Chengping Shen?
似乎什么地方不对劲。
Something's wrong? Oh shit. Evil Shen, I need you.
Mr. Shen, are you feeling unwell?
Oh, he's not here, is he?
A voice tells me that there is an inconsistency between a certain item I saw earlier and the documents in my hands.
What documents are in my hands? Oh fuck, I don't know, man. I don't even know what I'm holding. What is this? The report saying that he committed suicide? Can I get a run? What am I looking at right now? What am I? There's an inconsistency between a certain item I saw earlier and the documents in my hand. Oh, God. Wound pierced the pulmonary artery, causing immediate death. Body is contorted with bruising on the fingers. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna just have to start throwing things at this because I don't even know what it's asking. Telegraph. Oh, you're right. This says a homicide and they're ruling it a suicide. You're right. I like that answer.
What's it you're trying to prove then?
Mr. Shen, is there an issue with this?
It seems like there are...
No, I guess not. Hi Jeff, how's it going?
Voice tell there is an inconsistency between a certain item I saw
And this is like, I feel like this is a crime. Like, there's an inconsistency between an item I saw and the document. I don't even know what's in my hands, man. I don't even know what you're asking me. Hold on, can I check the... Can I see the log? I can't even see the log to see what they said last. Alright, let's just guess. This one.
Officers, I noticed that the letter B is marked on each folder.
Okay.
Is this the police station's code or identifier?
Aye, that's our station code. We're mainly responsible for security in Kensington.
Aren't we in Westminster?
The map indicates that the house where the murder occurred is located in the city of Westminster.
Oh. District A. And this is in District B, damn.
On the map, Westminster is labeled with the code A.
Dude, I don't know if I would have picked up on that one. That's a tough one to see.
You're questioning if we ain't got the authority.
True.
I'm just raising a reasonable doubt.
I've mentioned to you before, we received the initial distress telegram. That day, I showed Joseph the distress telegram. He knew the address, so we went together.
The person who sent the telegram is crucial. He is likely a key witness. We should continue.
The scene's a locked room, and the only fingerprints on the murder weapon are your brother's. Just these two bits alone are enough to peg it as a suicide.
The police are they're very locked in on this being a suicide.
Unless you can cough up some proper evidence, go on and get out of my sight.
Dude, this guy's a fucking bitch, man. His brother just died. I hope we get to end this game with Officer Ma and Sergeant Gaunt in a duel. I know who I think would win.
哥哥，什么是侦探呀？
侦探也像旅行家一样四处冒险，但他们总能发现别人注意不到的细节。
As me, I always spot details that others overlook.
说不定有什么细节被我忽略掉了。
Time to spot some details.
If you claim my brother stabbed himself, this piece of evidence seems peculiar.
What is it giving me the exclamation mark for? Oh, there's some stuff I haven't looked at. That's okay. How did he stab himself in the chest when only holding it by the ring? Final answer.
Officers, something still puzzles me.
Dude, it's popping off. Did you hear this music? Holy shit.
The fingerprints found on the dagger belong to my brother's left index and thumb.
You know, he's just got a little left index and thumb, stab himself with from there. You can get that grip.
And the fingerprints are located at the end of the knife handle. It seems that he wasn't gripping the dagger, but rather holding it between two fingers. In this position, how could he have stabbed himself in the chest with the dagger?
I'm saying.
Clearly that ain't the way he held the dagger when he offed himself.
But if he held the dagger in a different way, there should have been more fingerprints left.
True.
Not necessarily.
Oh, why not?
We speculate your brother held the dagger through his shirt sleeves. No fingerprints were left.
Why the fuck would he have done that? I'm gonna kill myself, but I don't want them to know it was me.
If he intended
I
to
hate
kill
these
himself,
guys.
Why would he avoid leaving fingerprints on the dagger?
That doesn't matter.
I hate these guys.
You.
Who cares?
Mr. Shintune, get upset. We're not trying to make things difficult for you deliberately. The detail you're questioning, even if it's in
Doesn't
doubt,
matter.
it's
Who
may change the
cares?
conclusion. It was a locked room. Door, windows, skylight, all locked from inside. The only key was in your brother's hand. There is nae a second person who could have committed the act in such a situation.
Uh-oh.
Are there truly no other possibilities?
He's locking in. Brainstorm.
有没有可能，凶手提前复制了一把钥匙呢？
Hit the top of button to open the brainstorm. Oh my god.
神先生，我跟你说过，
Officer Jones, but he's me.
握在你哥哥手中的是房间唯一的钥匙。
What the hell? He knows in your brother's hand was the only key to the room.
复制一把钥匙并不是多复杂的事。
Yeah, it could have been a second key.
你对你的无知一无所知。
This rules, man.
显而易见的问题，警方会考虑不到。
郑夫人家的钥匙采用了一种独特的东方设计。
Yes, unique Eastern design,
我找
true.
了不少锁匠来核实过。
Nobody can duplicate the unique Eastern design of the key.
当真如此吗？
Not a single locksmith in London can make this key.
可郑阿姨的家里为何要用那么复杂的钥匙和锁？
Yeah, why would Auntie Chen use that?
重要的是，这让案发现场成为了一个密室。
Skill issue? Actual London locksmith skill issue.
房间唯一的钥匙在哥哥手里，更可能是因为
Just the killer. Do you think they didn't need the key or they returned the key? It's gotta be that they didn't need the key, right? Because if they returned the key, there would have been their fingerprints on it. Hi, friend. How's it going?
也许凶手根本就不需要钥匙。
没有钥匙的话，凶手
Dropped in from the skylight, but the skylight's all dusted over.
凶手不需要用钥匙锁门，因为
You need to use a key to lock the door because... I'm gonna say they never entered the room.
也许凶手根本就没有进屋。
案发那天，他整个人气息低落，浑浑噩噩，脚步
Both spirited, disoriented, walked unsteady.
郑阿姨说，那天中午我哥哥回屋时脸色不对劲，他会不会在回家前就已经中刀了？
你是说，被害人在无外遇刺后回到家中，为了避免追杀
You stabbed outside, and Auntie Chang just didn't notice the knife sticking out of his chest.
最后死在密闭的房间里？
How did the knife get in his chest?
但郑夫人接受讯问时，完全没提过受害者身上有血
No
迹。
bloodstains, no knife wounds.
也
That's
许他没注
true.
意到。
荒唐！他对被害人的面部表情都观察得那么细致，怎么可能没注意到被害人胸口是不是插着刀？
How could she have not noticed the knife?
而且被害人衣服上的血迹，并没有呈现出向下流的趋势，说明被害人死前并不是
Okay, not stand. Fair enough. Fair
否
enough.
则破案不是看侦探小说，猜测要基于证据。
Oh, this is really cool. Oh. Okay, so he didn't need the key because he couldn't have exited from the window. Someone would have seen him. The room was locked though, wasn't it? So maybe let's try hitting the room. The first minute there was nowhere from to hide. We caught him. Of course. Oh, I can actually like look at the scene as well. Yeah, they couldn't be hiding here, so there was nowhere for them to hide. But I think this is wrong. I mean, we gotta say never locked, right? Doesn't exist. He was damnably forced to open the door. Damn. Well, I guess we'll go all the way here, right? But it looks like they did need the key. Into the window and then lock the window. Cody explained. Cody locked the windows using this method. An accomplice? They use something to lock the doors? Ooh, they could have had like a lantern hooked to the window to re-lock it? Ooh, or the telegraph was looped on the lock? Ooh. Game is bugged, it's so bright. Oh yeah. I'm locking in, I think this. Aw.
你毫无
容我。房间唯一的钥匙在哥哥手里。
Hold on. Let me make a save so we don't lose progress. Where am I? Maybe it was the tape reel. Maybe it was this Morse code paper reel. I like that. Yeah. I don't know how this would work though. Oh, on the when they sent the telegraph. Whoa, that'd be cool. Like they sent the telegraph in through Morse code to lock the window. Oh, that's kind of sick.
先将纸袋卷在窗把手上，再利用电报机拉动纸袋。
Wait, that's baller.
还记得你检查窗户时，我们的
I
对
was
话
sure you
吗
were expecting the
那个
windows.
窗把手
It
很
was
小，
tight. It took a lot
没
of
有
force
很
to
大的
latch
力
it.
量，
Aw.
用纸带来拉。
Paper strip would definitely break.
那说不定其他的。
Damn.
别浪费时间了，
That would be really cool, though.
用常识想想。
Nah, that doesn't seem feasible.
这个时候，
Alright, let's keep going. I'm kind of just down to see all of it.
然后又用某，
可以，
也许凶手是通过这种办
I
法。
mean, I don't expect having an accomplice help work, but what about
说不
lock
定
the
窗
door?
户是凶手案发后
Lock the window from inside after the
不可
murder?
能，
Hmm.
你认为凶？
这也不是全无可能。
Yeah, I think Cody did it.
这更不可能。案发的那天，我和约瑟都在警局。
Go
警
to
局
the
里的其他
telegram.
人，
This looks like it's gonna be all
说不
dead
定窗户是
ends.
凶手案发后回屋锁的。
This is super cool, though.
凶手有可能是通，然后又，
可以，
也许凶手是通过，说不
Maybe he
定
had an
在警
accomplice?
方调查现场的时候，
Secretly lock the window? Yeah, no way.
所以
若警察是帮凶，推理毫无意义。
So true, evil me.
的确，任何证据的真实，合理的思路是，暂不做此假设，除非有明确的证据证明警
Yeah,
察有
no
问题。
no police corruption without proof.
从头来过吧。
Alright, so they did need the key.
房间唯一的钥匙在哥哥手里，
And they had to have
也许
returned
凶
the
手走好
key.
门后，又用某种方式将钥匙送了回来。
哦，通过哪里送回来？
None of these seem even remotely possible, but I guess it had to be through the
凶手可
skylight.
以通过天窗，
你是认真的吗？
至少这种可能。
可以，
沈先生，这
Can it be
恐怕
possible
做
the skylight is locked and the glass is also
窗框上有火
undamaged?
燎的痕迹，说不定凶手。
Yeah, I'm thinking
玻
scorch
璃上有
marks.
锡灰，如果被人动过，
看来
Damn. It doesn't work. Okay. I was like, I agreed that didn't make sense, but none of these make any sense.
也许凶手
哦，
Through the
大概率
door?
还是通过，毕竟门是房间唯一的出入口。
可是凶手要
And the
怎
key
样
is the
通
victim's
过
hand
门
through the
把
door.
钥匙送
I'm
回
thinking
被害人手
mechanism.
中呢？
I'm thinking the contraption.
凶手或许可以利用屋内的某些物品制作机关。
Yeah, maybe the mechanism.
机关？什么机
Yeah,
关？
it's a contraption
能把钥
angle,
匙
yeah.
首先，凶手要
I'm
用
gonna
这件物品
connect the key to my brother's hand. Oh fuck, this is a limited lives? Use an item connecting the key to my brother's hand. I don't. What the fuck? What the fuck even is this? Several long cotton threads soaked in the kerosene bottle. And there aren't many options. Maybe the asbestos mesh? We're just gonna have to start taking stabs, man, because I have no idea.
这个
Alright, well that's not it.
首先，
Is it the Morse code paper reel?
凶手很可能
It
是用摩
is!
斯码纸
Dude, it's always the Morse code paper reel.
摩斯码纸盘，
What did he say?
纸袋的内侧比较脏，有一些磨损。
Uh-huh.
我怀疑这是纸袋
It's from being dragged on the ground. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. What the fuck even is this? This doesn't make any sense.
电报机上的指盘指向实验桌的方向，
Yeah,
而不是
what?
指向房门。
How?
其次，从空间上看，电报
It's insane that we even have to suggest this.
这里不仅有角度差，还有高度差。小子，现在你来告诉我，凶手是怎么用纸袋？
仅凭纸袋是不够的。
Use some other items in the room as well.
构成了假，我需要把思路好。
What? Okay. So you got some candles on the floor. You got some Morse code tape. You got some burned out wax over here. So what? The key's connected to the thingy. Several long cotton threads soaked in the kerosene bottle, a small brush inside. You've got some unburned scraps of paper. I don't like that this is here. Two have shallow scratches on their sides, one with kerosene marks. Okay, so the candles were linked to the lantern. And the candles are also linked to the asbestos mesh. So, like, asbestos mesh, candles, kerosene? Stool? The phonograph was playing the Peking Opera 7-star lamp? This shit is insane. Thin iron wire tied at each corner. The central asbestos has been replaced with wax. Thin iron wire, right? And then the chair that they found him in had some scratches on it. There's shallow scratches here. Maybe... Which ones have the scratches? Maybe this is tied... If it's these two that have the scratch... Inspect scene. I need to see these candles. Which ones have the scratches? Is it these two or is it these two? Because it could be like... It's tied here, 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 here. Because it's 4 points, right? So it could be tied like this. I don't know what that does for me. This is psychotic, man. This is actually unbelievable to me that they think I'm gonna get this. The murderer likely used a mechanism involving Morse code paper strip and other items in the room to return the key to Brian. I need to select these items. It's like the key, my hypothesis, right? The key is tied to the Morse code paper reel, and then you also have some sort of like paper lantern, basically, which then gets lit, flies up, adjusting the angle of the Morse code paper to then land the key in his hand. But how do you, and then also it burns away, right? Leaving only some burned off paper traces behind. But this isn't like a paper lantern piece of paper. This is just like a scrap of a note. Was it these two? I don't think something was tied to this, though. The key was dragged? What did his body look like? Was his hand on the ground? Telegraph machine's here. The line, okay, so the telegraph machine. If the telegraph machine is putting the key, if the key is tied to the machine here, right? And then you send the telegraph and it comes out, it's gonna go across the floor like this. And it's gonna be drug across the floor. Unless there's like some way it gets onto this stool, which puts it then maybe at hand length, and then it just gets like shot over. I have no idea. Ominous stool. Something's up with the stool, I think. Okay, I think where we're going with this is that the Morse code paper reel has a groove in the middle. I think so. The bent back at one end makes me believe that the key was tied to it, but then wouldn't they have found it across the room? Am I insane? Would they not have found this Morse code paper reel, like, sprawled out? How did it then retract itself? How did it un-Morse code? What else could it have possibly been, though? Yeah, and something has to attach the key from the strip. But presumably it's getting, like, hooked in his hand, right? Is the idea. When it gets retracted. I don't know how it gets retracted, though. I honestly think this idea is fucking nonsense. Like, this is so insane. I'm just gonna throw some shit out and see what we get. Telegraph reel wouldn't retract at all. Right, but like, if that's the case, then why would they not have found it if this idea is real? Well, let's think about it, right? Let's ask the question. If the telegraph reel can't retract, why do they find it here with only this little bit? If the answer is it didn't, then how does the key, if it's hooked onto the telegraph machine, get to here? Because it's not like this little bit here is not enough to go from here to here. Was sliced and burned? Ooh, like the kerosene was used to burn the end off, but surely they would have noticed the burn. It would have had like burn marks, right? Like if it was sliced and burned, how would that have happened? Because it's not like the only thing that could have cut it would have been this, and they would have, I'm sure they would have noticed there would be like a cut or a burn mark of some kind on this. There's a groove in the middle. Was that activate the phonograph and the phonograph did the reeling? I guess it is near the phonograph. So it's hooked on the phonograph. Not on the key. And then the phonograph plays and does what? How does that get the key into his hand? I like the idea. The lamp did it? That seems right. 46 minutes. The phonograph's playing. It's constantly going. Strips of cloth. The key is attached to the cloth, dragging it into his hand. The candles burn the cloth. Okay. I like it. How do you explain that in pictures? Phonograph? Because, like, in my mind, we should be ending with key in hand. Key in hand being the third thing is kind of fucking me up a little bit. This activates the phonograph. The phonograph pulls the strips, which are then burned by the candles. Alright, I'm gonna hit submit. Something doesn't seem quite right. There's a height difference between the table and the floor. Paper strip is straightened, it will pass through the candle flame and be ignited. Okay, so he just said that the idea, like the reason the idea was wrong was the thing we said would be good. Okay. So, maybe like this? Or we get the stool in here? Yeah, stool for the... I do think the stool has to play a part in this. Maybe like this? Paper reel doesn't rotate on its own. There's a missing power source here. So that's this. And is it not the candles? Is it this? Pull straight back without passing through Brian's hand. Him is needed to change the direction of the key's movement. Just one step away. Try again, another failure? Okay. Huh. And what's the last thing? The candles? That's it?
That's how it is.
What? Stool photograph candles. Fellas, it's as simple as that. Everyone knows stool photograph candles. Alright, please explain to me what I just said.
I know how the killer returned the key.
Mr. Shenden, please, share your thoughts.
So, I want to try to guess what the game is about to say to me. The key is hooked on the it's looped on the phonograph reel, or the Morse code reel. The Morse code reel drops the key. No, the Morse code reel activates the phonograph. The phonograph playing. I don't know, like, is it also hooked on, like, what, how does the phonograph move the key? I still don't understand. The phonograph pushes the stool? Alright, hit me.
The killer indeed used the code paper strip to transport the key.
Okay, I'm with you.
He inserted one end of the paper strip into the key's chain hole and bent it back in reverse. Used my brother's hand to hold onto the strip. Next, used a candle to change the direction of the strip and keep it down with a low stool. Installed the reel onto the phonograph. When the phonograph was activated, it retrieved the paper strip and pulled back the key. The key had resistance when passing through the hand, causing the strip to detach. Then, the key stayed in his hand. This is the method the killer used to return the key.
I think I just, like, don't understand the mechanics of the Morse code reel or the phonograph well enough to ever come up with this. I think that's the main problem. I did not conceive of him just running the... I honestly, I wasn't even there on him being in the room, but I guess this makes sense. Yeah, how do you attach the reel to the phonograph? I guess there's like a... Well, can I look at the evidence? Because there's like a... It says in there that there's like a hexagonal bit on the Morse code paper reel, right? We talked about it at some point. And it does line up with the phonograph on the side.
Interesting.
Since the Morse code paper reel is not a component of the phonograph, we all instinctively assumed that it could only be installed on the telegraph machine.
Photograph on anyone, just have the Morse code be long enough to run out the door? Yeah, I don't know, man.
In fact, the telegraph machine can't retrieve paper strips.
I'm listening.
What truly aided the killer in this scheme was the phonograph by the desk.
The phonograph can have so many uses.
Yeah, like, it matches up here. That has the same hexagonal shape as the center, in the center of the paper reel, yeah. Which, you know, again, just an insane detail for us to pick up on. They hit you with so much information, and you have to notice hexagonal nut links into the hexagonal slot on the Morse code reel. It's not crazy, though, because it is found on the ground next to the phonograph, so, like, I do get it. Yeah, it can't detach by itself. Reason that caused the paper reel to detach? The phonograph's tone arm that caused the paper reel to detach?
Officers, please take a look. The phonograph's tone arm continuously shifts to the right during music play.
Oh, well, I just didn't know that.
The tone arm pushes the paper reel away, and the reel rolled into the position where it was found. So, the killer's artifice of creating a locked room illusion stands completely exposed.
Mr. Shen, that's truly an enlightening deduction.
What's your opinion, Sergeant Gaunt?
I think you're fucking crazy.
Your
Wait.
speculation does have a certain level of plausibility.
Could the police say that?
But speculation is just speculation. Cracking a case comes down to evidence and facts.
My statements are backed by factual evidence.
Your speculation does seem to explain some of the phenomena at the scene. But there are still fatal contradictions between it and some crucial facts.
Uh-oh.
What facts?
Time. Between 1:40 and 2:30 that afternoon, the cafe downstairs heard uninterrupted phonograph music. If the killer turned on the phonograph to transport the key back into the room, then before 1:40, he must have locked the door and left the scene.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
According to autopsy, your brother's time of death is estimated to be between 2 and 3.
I mean, estimated, man. It's like a 30 minutes off. That's not that crazy.
Of course, it can be narrowed down further to 2 to 2:28. He was dead when the police arrived. You catch what this implies? Even following your speculation, your brother got stabbed after the killer left the room. Well, that blows the foundation of this reasoning out of the water, doesn't it?
Water? Why do they sound like that, man? They do this silly little accent. Water?
Is it possible he was attacked before 1:50, with death occurring after 2 o'clock?
You know he died from a weapon piercing the left pulmonary artery, causing sudden cardiac arrest.
Artery.
In other words, he died instantly, right after getting stabbed. The blood stains at the scene confirm that as well.
Could this situation be due to...
The paper reel was installed later?
perhaps the killer activated the phonograph before killing.
Yeah, like turned on the music to listen
After
to.
killing my brother and setting up the scene, they placed the paper reel on the phonograph.
Makes sense. They would have known each other maybe.
If that's the case, the killer had to pause the phonograph while setting up the paper reel.
Did he really? Couldn't you just slide it on there while it was playing?
In that case, the play must be paused.
Really? Man, I just don't understand the mechanics of the phonograph. That's all there is to it, man.
Cafe staff
It is impossible to... Allow me a moment. Could this situation be due to...
Delayed murder.
Since the door was locked first, then the murder, the killer likely employed a method to delay the time of the murder.
How can that be possible? There are no signs of binding or defense wounds on your brother's body. Would he just stand by and watch the killer set up a killing mechanism?
He's just sitting there watching them. He knows they're gonna murder him, but he's like, I gotta see where they're going with this. They're rolling the tape out. I gotta see where this is going.
I suspect my brother had lost the ability to move at that time because...
I mean, presumably he was fucking doped up on something. The way they described him, he was very doped. Would asbestos poison you? No, asbestos is like you die of cancer in like 30 years, isn't it? Do I have opium in here anywhere? Yeah, it does seem like it's just body contortion.
My brother's autopsy report is the best evidence.
That's not what I presented.
Officer Jones mentioned that most contortions are related to paralysis of the back nerves. I suspect the killer used anesthetic drugs on my brother.
Would they have not shown up in the toxicology
They've
report?
suggested this direction early on, but toxicology results came back all negative.
As expected.
Perhaps a substance undetectable with current forensic expertise.
That's actually, I'm pretty sure that's
Confirm or deny that
I think that's a plot point in one of the early Sherlock Holmes novels, where they like, I think that's actually a plot point in like a Sherlock Holmes locked room mystery. Spoilers for one of the Sherlock Holmeses, by the way. It has one of the most insane endings of all time. In one of the Sherlock Holmes locked room mystery, which I can't remember the name of this book, but the solution to the mystery is the guy who ordered the locked room murder went to Africa and brought back a really tiny tribesman, and that really tiny tribesman, like I think they literally refer to him as like a pygmy, climbed out of the chimney or some shit like that, and then shot him with a poison dart with a poison no one's ever heard of. I'm thinking that might be what happened here as well, actually. What? Yeah, that's one of the early Sherlock Holmes books. It's fucking, it's nuts. I don't remember which one it is, but I definitely read that shit. Anyway, I think that's what happened here.
Drug angle, a more pressing question is, if there was no one in the room at the time, how did the weapon pierce the victim's chest?
Oh, this is the Rube Goldberg machine.
No crossbows or similar devices were found at the scene.
Fucking 1900s Britain, they're checking the scene for crossbows. Oh, shit.
Officer Jones, was the dagger vertical to the ground at that time?
Your brother was shot with a crossbow loaded knife.
At that time, The body was in a contorted position. The chest almost parallel to the...
Yeah.
The dagger was... It can be considered...
Yeah.
Vertical to the ground.
Okay, I know where they're going with
And
this
the
one.
location where my brother was murdered happened to be directly beneath the skylight.
Mm-hmm.
This is likely not a coincidence.
Are you suspecting the killer hung the dagger on the skylight? On second thought, the skylight is very high and it's impossible to reach without a ladder.
What if he just brought a ladder with him?
Mrs. Cheng's house doesn't have a ladder.
Fuck.
There were no signs of anything being moved at the crime scene. How was the dagger hung up then? It can't have flown there, can
You
it?
fool, it did fly there.
Officer Jones, you reminded me. This item made me realize how the killer suspended the dagger.
Okay, I'm locked in. It's gotta be the photo of brothers, right?
Mr. Shen suggesting the photograph along with the dagger took off?
He means the lantern in the photo.
Come on, Officer Jones, lock in.
That idea does have a touch of imagination to it.
But can a lantern truly carry a dagger and take off?
At room temperature, air density is 0.08 of a pound per cubic foot, while hot air in the lantern is 0.06 of a pound per cubic foot.
They're breaking out the fucking physics, man. P equals M over V equals P over RT. Sergeant Gaunt, how do you know this in the 1900s?
35
Holy
cubic
shit.
feet volume lantern, excluding its own weight, can lift an object weighing up to 9.17 ounces.
F buoyancy equals P. He's writing this shit out from memory? What a beast. I'm sorry, Sergeant Gaunt. I didn't know you had it like that.
The dagger weighs 5.64 ounces, requiring only 24 cubic feet of lantern volume to lift it.
Sergeant Gaunt's calculations are precise and admirable.
Never thought Sergeant Gaunt's math skills were so deep and unbelievable.
I agree.
Just a bit of a private hobby, you know?
Yes. Sorry, Sergeant Gaunt. I didn't know you had it like that. Private hobby? He's doing physics?
So why wasn't there a lantern found at the crime scene?
It burned up. Easy. Okay, so I don't understand this exactly, but I assume it's like asbestos. Did we use the kerosene in the last one? I don't remember. I think it's the candles again, right? But maybe not. We had not. So it's probably the kerosene strips, maybe affixed to the candles to create like a slow burn. I wonder if it was these unburned scraps of paper. I think it's this. No? They're fixed on the ground, they're not part of the lantern. Okay, it's not the candles. So it's probably this one then. Or is it just the skylight? Because it has the scorch marks on it. You know, I'm going skylight first. No? I've overlooked something? The lantern should have a lamp shade? Oh, this is the lantern. We're just making the lantern. What do you mean the lantern should have a lampshade? I guess it's this paper. Yeah, okay, it was the paper. It was kerosene paper and the other thing.
The asbestos mesh
Yeah, the
serves
asbestos
as the base
mesh.
support for the lantern, with a stone wax as the heat source.
Mm-hmm.
This partially burned piece of paper should be part of the lampshade.
I got fucked up here because it had writing on it.
On the lab table, there's a stack of identical large, lightweight sheets of paper.
I didn't ken what method the killer used to completely burn the lampshade like that.
I believe the lampshade must have been brushed with kerosene.
Seems reasonable.
When the flames spread, it could burn down the entire sky lantern.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder there were paper ashes on your brother's body.
The position where the lantern hangs from the ceiling was not controllable.
Well, it's like a little recess where the skylight is,
How
though.
did the killer ensure that the falling dagger would definitely stab the victim?
I mean, how did he line this up so it would stab him through the heart? And that shit's crazy.
Besides, about the death time delayed, how did he control the timing of the dagger's descent?
There should be another mechanism at the scene, composed of a sky lantern and some other items.
Okay. So we made the sky lantern. We're attaching it now. There's a dagger dangling from a sky lantern doused in kerosene. And well, it's not this, and it's not this. We can kind of go through like process of elimination here, right? I gotta assume skylight. Right, because this is how he gets the location. How does he get the timing? Why do these candles have kerosene marks? That's the question. This is how it disposes of the lantern, right? The kerosene, I assume it lands on the candles. I guess it wouldn't even need to. It would just burn up. What the hell else would you use here? I've already used these three. Use this, I've used this, I've used this. So I guess I'm gonna have to reuse something here? I don't know. This is my first guess. Give me some hints. Use kerosene and there was another area contain. Oh no, it was just the candles. Okay. It's fucked up because in the last section they said the candles weren't involved in this, but then in this one the candles are involved in this. I thought it wasn't the candles because he said the candles weren't involved in this, but now the candles are involved in this.
The ring at the end of the dagger's handle
This is
shows
so
signs
fucked
of
up.
scorching. There are scorch marks on the skylight frame as well. And the location where my brother was murdered happened to be directly beneath the skylight.
Uh-huh.
That's the killer's plan.
Go on then. Let's hear it.
You know, Sergeant Gaunt has really turned around from "you're a fucking idiot, Shen, I hate you, just sign your brother's suicide note and move on," to, alright, let's do some physics, maybe you're right.
The reason the killer placed my brother right beneath the skylight.
Look at this crime scene. He's got the thingamajig, and then he's got the contraption, and then he's got the other contraption. Look at this thing.
Is because the skylight is concave, feasible to fix the sky lantern to its window frame.
Yeah.
Then, he tied the kerosene-soaked cotton thread to a candle. After arranging the key, paper, and phonograph, he could leave the room and lock the door.
How did he lock the door? Oh, he had the key outside, of course, and then it would go off.
Before long, the candle burned down to the cotton thread that suspended the dagger.
Yeah.
Finally, the dagger fell vertically, piercing my brother's chest. My brother's death is definitely not a suicide. It's murder.
How the fuck are you gonna find the person who did this? Even if you're right, how the fuck are you gonna catch the guy who did this?
The killer is still at large.
How could you ever prove any of this?
For someone without professional training, you are quite impressive. You do have a natural talent for detective work, indeed. However, this particular dagger tips the scales at a mere 160 grams.
160, 190.
Falling from the skylight, could it veritably penetrate your brother's heart?
The only thing we could possibly do here, we gotta do a trial. I'll lie on the ground, you get up at height and drop it on me.
Perhaps it behooves us to undertake an experiment.
I agreed. We're gonna have to kill somebody.
I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Shen.
I'm glad they're addressing the fact that this is fucking insane. The 1 in 1 million angle here.
We've given it our all, tried every which way, but we just can't mimic the scenario you put forth.
Yeah, how could you ever get this knife to fall? I agree.
But those mechanisms, why?
I do ken how you're feeling, but I'm fearing we're at a standstill with no breakthroughs in sight.
They did make a wooden dummy and then dress it up like his brother and drop knives on it for 4 hours. Oh my god, we're awake. That was all a dream? What? That wasn't really happening?
睡着了。
是啊，外面天都亮了。
沈先生，趁你睡着，我翻了好多书架，可算是把那本书找到了。
We found the book? I like that whenever she does something good, the bird then says, praise me, praise me.
快把书拿给沈先生看吧。
沈先生，罗佩借鉴的应该是这篇小说了。
Okay, let's hear it. What is it?
藻井之殇。作者勾陈。
That's under the Kaison by Sinosura.
如果不是祖父的吉祥。
Kaison. Kind of ceiling structure in traditional Chinese architecture which makes the building ceiling concave upward like a well, and the walls are decorated with algae pattern, hence the name Kaison. It is generally composed of multi-layer arch of wooden architecture which shrinks from bottom to the top to form an inverted bucket shape. Architectural structures such as grottos, temples, and palaces. Okay.
我恐怕不会再踏入祠堂一步。老屋门环上斑驳的铜锈，一如叔伯们身上阿扎的铜锈。三婶逢人便炫耀儿子刘洋带回来的留声机，据说是灌了名伶的唱段，要在仪式上大露一手。大伯死了，被赐死在祭祖仪式上。那可是间密室啊，唯一的钥匙就在大伯身上。现场除了尸体旁的七星灯格外惹眼，就是那会唱歌的机器。
That looks familiar.
大伯是被七星灯借命，亦或是被机器的声音蛊惑。
Although he was killed with a shot to the back.
我重新勘察了现场，的确是间密室。留声机也因变调而显得诡异。难道真的是鬼神作祟？凶手是用孔明灯将凶器升到藻井之上的。变调的留声机，则让我察觉到了滚轴上的鱼线，密室迎刃而解。但藻井下的悲剧，还要像这滚轴一样，轮回多少次呢？封底贴着一张纸，上面写着“邵伯镇官厅街东首”。
Oh, thank God there's an address we can go to say, hey, what the fuck are you talking about?
先生，怎么样？有什么发现吗？
But honestly, I don't think that helped us in the slightest.
密室、留声机、孔明灯，这些描述都与哥哥遇害的现场一致。
We gotta go talk to the author, right? I hope they're still alive.
但屋顶有个藻井，两者的作用是一样的。 摩斯码纸袋则被替换成了鱼线。相比罗佩的小说，这份书稿与哥哥的命案现场更加相似，就好像作者亲历过一样。
Dude, so the author is gonna be. What if it's Mrs. Chang?
也都一样吗？
What if she escaped?
小说中的案件发生在祠堂，而伦敦的案件发生在书房。
Hall, study
两者的布置
room.
有诸多
Yeah.
差异。不过，这些差异均与案情无关。唯一案情上的区别是死状。
Manner death, stabbed in the back versus stabbed in the
小说中的
chest.
受害者是在早几
Yeah.
凶器插在他的背上，他的尸体。
这个插。
He was not poisoned?
沈先生，
In the story, he wasn't poisoned. In this one, he was just praying, and then in real life, he was poisoned. Wait, she has some ideas.
愿闻其详。
我记得车尔尼雪夫斯基曾说：“艺术源于生活，高于生活。”
Chernyshevsky? Chernyshevsky.
毕竟我本人也是侦探小说。
I don't care who that is
喜
actually.
欢从现实中获得故事灵感。
Inspiration from
既然
reality.
这本书的情节与沈先生追查的案件高度相似，我想，那作者应该是案件的知情人吧。
I agree. The author must know the case. We gotta go see. Who is Sinosura?
作者只留了笔名，我也不知道他的真实身份。
We gotta go to the address.
他还有其他作品吗？
没有了，这是勾陈居士唯一的投稿。
有没有哪位作家的文风与他相似呢？
此书虽构思精巧，但文笔生涩。作者更像初出茅庐的生手，而非经常创作小说。
Okay, shitty author.
那字迹呢？我好像看到过一些书稿字迹与这本书相似。
It was Sergeant Gaunt. It would actually be depressing if it was Sergeant Gaunt, because he would just be writing a story based on the tale we told him then.
这是流荡用的誊抄件，字迹是誊抄员的，原稿已经退。
In China, I'm gonna read about that thing. Britain, I'm gonna read about that thing. Russia, pass. Yeah, you know. I don't care who that. I think honestly, after like 1 a.m., I just stopped reading about things.
当时退稿的地址应该还能找到吧？
时间久远，书局又搬过家，收稿和退稿的记录都找不到。
We don't know where this person lives, but it's stamped on the back. Am I an idiot? Yeah, the back cover.
上面写着邵伯镇官厅街东首。
Wait, it's Gaunting Street? Gaunting? Gaunt? Sergeant Gaunt is gonna be him.
这个看上去确实是碧城姐的字迹。韩秋姐，你知道这个？
没有。
Dude, I gotta get to this. I gotta see who this
提
is.
醒我了。碧城说过，自己找到了部分据稿作者的地址。
There's author's addresses and plan to visit them. Nice.
先生，我们快去吕先生写的地址看看吧，说不定勾陈居士就住在那里。
好，两位，我可以把这份书稿先借走吗？
Do you think she's gonna be alive or whoever wrote this book's gonna be alive and sitting in their house waiting for us?
还有什么需要我帮忙的？
再见，再见。
邵伯镇官厅街东首。
I bet they're gonna be in there alive, chilling. We're gonna talk to them and they're gonna reveal everything.
进去看看。
And they're definitely not gonna be.
先生，这里看上去荒废很久了。勾陈居士会不会早就搬走了？
That's not good.
看屋内的装饰布局，这不是住宅，而是一座祠堂。
祠堂？他总不会住在祠堂里吧？
先调查一下看看。
Wait. Door. Back on the door reads, De Shun Jiao, morality, obedience, and filial piety. And the door of the ancestral hall usually be in the center. Why is it on the right side? Feng shui considerations. The ancestral hall in the novel is also on the right side? Ooh. The right part of the couplet, the handwriting is already blurred. Continuing the family line, fragrant for generations to come sincerely. Worship in the middle of the altar? On top is where the ancestral tablets are placed for worship. Okay. The left part of a couplet on which it is written, holding the candle, carrying on the ancestors' light, illuminating the virtue. Okay. Fallen chairs, I don't seem to have anything special about them. There's the Kai-san above us. Oh my god, there's gonna be- don't look up there, there's gonna be a knife. There's gonna be a knife suspended from the Kai-san. We're so fucked, dude. It's over. Oh, but imagine. Relatively rare octagonal Kai-san, almost identical to the description in the book. There's the vaults towering like the sky. Center of the vault is the Tai Chi pattern. The two yin and yang fish seem to be alive. Yeah, look at that. What do you know? Miss Wu once said that art originates from life. Well, they probably gained inspiration from here and incorporated it into the story. Let's place the description of the novel. Wait. There are words on this wooden board. The dust on the wooden board, we need to wipe it off first. Finally! Finally, the dust cleaning minigame we've all been waiting for. It's about goddamn time. If I could read, I bet uncovering this piecemeal would feel really cool. To know gratitude and pay gratitude. The plaque of the ceiling beam has fallen off. These 4 big characters, there's also a list of names. Bright Wu, William Wu, Robert Wu, Grace Wu. This is the Wu family's ancestral hall. Is the Wu family the family from the second, or the not the second case, the last case? Like the one on the boat? Melissa Wu, Rentley Wu, Stone Wu! I know that guy. What a coincidence. Different Wu? Okay, but same name. Different people, same name. Stone Wu on your board. No suspects in this case. The atmosphere here is so sinister?
二位私闯进来，小心会有血光之灾呀！
Careful, you may face a bloody disaster. Is he threatening us?
所幸二位也算有缘，遇上我谢半仙。
We've encountered the demigod Xie.
就由我来帮你们算一算如何避凶，怎么样？
Alright, fortune teller. Hit me.
你不也是私闯进来的吗？
This guy is squatter.
非也，我对这里熟得很，知道化解之法。
我看你是想骗我们算命，让我们付钱吧。
Trick us into fortune telling and make us pay?
施主，这
Come on, man.
掏5个铜板。
He does want money.
为此事做个小小的功德。
5 copper coins. He does want money.
我欠2份香火，但你不必给我算命。
不知施主希望我做
Alright,
什么？
hit me with the info, buddy.
开光、做法、解梦、看风水。
Consecration rituals, dream interpretations, feng shui consultations. I can do all of those things. I'm licensed in all of that.
好说好说。
Alright,
谢老
questions.
先生可认得这宅院的主人？
Who owns this hall?
他呀，
Wu
吴家大
Qiming.
老爷吴
Mhm.
志明吗？我还给他的孙子们算过姻缘。
I know that guy. I don't know that guy.
不过，他们几年前举家搬去上海了。
吴家可有善写书之人？
Any writers? Well, no.
吴家人
We don't want that.
大多经商，
We want bad
只
writers.
有吴老爷的三孙子吴松涛肚里有墨水。
Wu Song Tao is a scholar. So it wasn't him because they said the book was bad.
不过，听说他留洋去了。
Think he changed his name to Stone Wu? No, but Stone Wu was on the board.
果然是他。
巧了，1个月前有位姑娘来过，也问了我同样的问题。
半仙，你说的这位姑娘可是圆圆脸、留短发、戴一副黑框眼镜？
Yeah, the publisher lady came here, of
正
course.
是。
不知那位姑娘还说了什么？
Yeah, by the way, she's dead.
她说
Just so you're aware.
她是什么书？
Ironic, have a good night. I'm probably gonna look for a stopping point soon. I'm kind of tired, and I think that we might be through case 5 now. I think this might be like the beginnings of case 6. I think it probably all kind of runs together in this ending sequence. Let me check, actually. I could just run a save. Oh no, this is still the confined room mystery.
吴家公子7年前向书局投稿了一本书，他觉得写得很不错。
I just submitted a book 7 years ago and thought it was written very well. What, 7 years ago? Wait, the...
是啊，他是这么说的。
The manuscript is 7 years old?
原来是这样。
That was the case 5. It feels like we're done with case 5. I think a lot of times there's like a little wrap up at the end of the cases. Like the bulk of case 5 is over, right? But we haven't gotten to the official end.
印堂发黑，命里会有结束。要不要
Sleep, dude. You need to go to bed so your cat can wake you up at 4 a.m. That's true.
呸呸呸呸呸！先生，你是不是又头疼了？我扶你去休息吧。
No, Afu, I think the...
我们先回一趟书局，我需要确认一些信息。
7 years ago, 4 hours later.
先生，你真的不再休息一下吗？
Afu, we just had a nice restful sleep of reliving our brother's murder case and also being chased by our father. It's all good, man.
也睡不着。
算了，拗不过你。话说，祠堂里那个算命先生说7年前，你好像很震惊的样子。
Yeah, 7 years, a little shocking.
是在哥哥命案后才发表的。
It does fuck up the timeline.
我一直认为书的作者是命案的知情人，但凿井之声是7年前写的，远早于命案发生的时间。
Okay, so someone read Death Under the Kaisan, recreated it for fun with Brian Shen, and then Lope copied it.
也就是说，写出小说的作者反倒不一定与命案，而是真正的凶手在作案时模仿了小说中的杀人手法。
Wouldn't that be
是读过这
something?
本小说的人。
更准确的说，是知道小说内容的人。
Continue streaming until your public transit makes it to your destination. How long do you got, Soap?
这本书被拒考了，并未得到发表。
Luke was rejected, did not get published.
理论上，在命案发生时，知道内容的人只有作者本人，以及当年的编辑和滕超元。
Yeah, only author, editor, transcriber knew the book.
当然，也不能排除作者曾私下给其他人看过书稿。
我们刚才回书局一趟， 先生已经确认，那位编辑和滕超元没出过国。
Okay, so editor and transcriber couldn't have done it because they've never left the country.
他们也表示没有跟其他人说起过书的内容。
Okay, hear me out though. What if it was the editor and he had like a really, really long piece of Morse code tape?
接下来需要确认的，就是作者那边了。
What if?
这么说，吴松涛的嫌疑还是很大。
It does seem like it was Stone
可偏
Wu.
偏吴松涛在案发前一天就离开伦敦返回国内了。
Dude, it's gonna really fuck me up if this isn't Joseph Bell, right? Fucking middle name Judas, Joseph Bell.
可是案发现场不是……
那套装置最多只能延时10几分钟，不可能达到1天之多。
It doesn't miss, not a day.
案发那天早上
Many people saw a brother.
那吴松涛的不在场证明一定是伪造的。
其实，从伦敦带回案卷后，我就去上海找过吴松涛。
Oh,
他看
to check with Stone.
还拿出了船票和离境记录作证。
Showed the ticket, fair enough.
那些资料看上去是真实的。
But like it had to be him.
我不是没有推演过吴松涛是凶手的可能，但并未找出破绽。
的确，如果吴松涛真的是凶手，他是怎么做到的呢？
It had to be him. How did he do it?
我们都有必要再去上海一趟，问一问有关这本书的事。
没错，感觉我们离真相越来越近了。
沈仲平和他的助手最近去了扬州，在金瓷书局里找到了一份书稿。
We got evil meeting under the moonlight.
书稿，据说是本小说。沈仲平认为，他跟吴松涛有关。
Okay, this is Joseph Bell, right? I think that's him.
他正在来上海的路上。 应该是想找吴松涛。知道了。
Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Down the dang old Yangtze River. I love this theme song, man. This shit goes ridiculous. Oh, another poem. Is there a murder about to happen? I doubt it. That's the end of chapter 5. So it was a shorter chapter for sure.
天色不早，快打烊了。咱们抓紧时间去吴松涛的洋货铺。
上海街头真是繁华呀！
Alright, let me make a new save. I think we're gonna call it a little early, and then next stream I will go as long as I must in order to... Yeah, because here we are. I believe this is the final chapter. 10 yeah, this is the final chapter. I don't know what this is, actually. Maybe there's more in this section. But yeah, I'll end here, and we will go as long as it takes for chapter 6. And perhaps there's a little something else that goes on after the fact. But I think I will just like lock in next week, and we'll stay up as late as we need to for this one. No murders on the Yangtze River this week. What's up with that? That deduction section or the brainstorming section, that was really cool. The energy for the DLC is not translated to English yet. Okay. So just the chapter 6 then next week, which I'll take as long as we need to solve it all out. This game isn't quite about what I expected it to be. I thought it was just going to be like 6 different cases of murders on the Yangtze River. But this is actually like a continuous storyline, which is really cool. I'm liking this game a lot. All right. See you guys next time. For and next stream will be Sunday, probably in the afternoon. I will be playing a little Monster Train. Bye bye. Have a good night.